Happy Memorial Day. Hope you're having a good Memorial Day weekend. Let's celebrate Memorial Day by dedicating ourselves to the health of our veterans and to cleaning up the Veterans Administration. It's so nice that this video would be what I'd be talking about anyway on Monday, and with its being Memorial Day, it underscores it, because finally, what has been on the back burner, horribly burning, but getting no attention in our politics, suddenly is front and center: the abuses at the Veteran Administration. Now, this is truly a bipartisan scandal, and it illustrates really the shortcomings of both the Bush and the Obama administrations. But Obama's the president now, so his are obviously more relevant. It began in 2005 and became to the attention of the Inspector General for the Veterans in late 06 and early 07. And he began at first in a few facilities which cooked the books of their waiting times. The reason they did that is that back then the department made the decision to condition their bonuses, their bonus pay, on reduced waiting times. So when you create an incentive like that, people cheat. And they ended up keeping two sets of books, one for bonuses and official audits, and the other the real ones. And like one facility said, we had only 2,800 patients who have waited more than a month to see specialists, which isn't bad. It turned out there was a slight error. 28,000 vets had to wait for more than a month. And as soon as the Inspector General uncovered this, he wrote a scathing report to the Veterans Administration and recommended a whole series of important steps to try to reduce the waiting time and to try to catch fraud in reporting it. A guy named Michael Kussman, Kussman, who was the Assistant Secretary of Health under Bush, got the recommendations and rejected them. Instead of implementing them, he quarreled with the methodology. He said that with this number of appointments every year, some delays are inevitable. He said our least experienced people are making the appointments, and naturally there are going to be some problems, and he refused to implement any of the changes. In the meantime, the system of bonuses continued, and the delays mounted. In 2008, the Bush transition team, which, by the way, I think included Dr. Kussman, actually brought this to the attention of the Obama transition team and presented them with 3 audits by the Inspector General documenting this practice. And the Obama people paid absolutely no attention to it. They just didn't give a damn. And for 5.5 years, this thing festered and grew. It spread to 26 different facilities so far, and I'm sure by the time it's over, we'll find it's in dozens and dozens more. As you know, in the Phoenix facility, there were 40 veterans who died while on the waiting list, and the head of the Veterans Administration and hospital in Phoenix got an $8,000 bonus last year. She got one last month in addition, but they fortunately revoked that for this splendid care. That's in addition to her salary of $170,000. So these abuses just multiplied and continued until eventually the scandal couldn't be hidden anymore. Now, some Democrats are trying to push back on the scandal, saying, oh, some of these 40 people would have died anyway. Well, yeah, that's true, and some of them may have been hit by a bus. But obviously, most of them died of the disease they needed to see the specialist for. Could the specialist have cured them? Maybe not. Could he have prolonged their lives for another few months or years? Very, very possibly. So a doctor thought that it was important enough for them to see a specialist over. So this scandal is just horrific. And it shows Obama's management style, which is removed, aloof, cold, not at all involved. He doesn't know how to run anything. He doesn't know how to follow through. He doesn't know how to take warnings. And he learns about everything that's wrong in his administration from the newspapers. He said he learned about this from news reports. And he said the IRS scandal, he said he got through the news. The AP seizure of phones he didn't know about until he read it in the newspaper. The prosecution of James Rosen, the Fox News reporter, which was nipped in the bud, he learned about that through the news reports. Fast and Furious, he read about through the news reports. Thank God he at least reads the newspaper. But obviously, this is a terrible comment on Obama, on his management style, on his total lack of involvement in the nitty-gritty of his administration. A president can't know everything, they say. Well, my president did. Bill Clinton knew every detail of everything. He was on top of it 24/7, and he had this incredible memory, and he could just spill out the statistics and all of the issues. That's why there were no major flaps of that sort during his administration. Anyway, happy Memorial Day, and thanks for watching.